Do y'all want to talk about an exorcism? Because I would love to talk about an exorcism. This is the story time of my coming out experience. Most of you guys know
little bits and pieces and this and that.
But you've never heard the full story, the full background as to why it kind of got to the point that it got to, and why, looking back, it was such a bizarre experience. I mean, obviously, it was a friggin' exorcism, hello. But yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to talk about all of the intricacies, the relationship with my mom and I, and how that kind of developed over the years. So yeah, let's get into it, I guess. So let's get right into it. So when I was growing up, my mom and I had a really rocky relationship from a really early age. She worked a lot, she was absent a lot, she was in prison for a lot of my life. So there were a lot of things that I didn't get to experience with my mom that you normally would, which is fine. I don't fault her for that. You know, everybody has a past, everybody has a history. Needless to say, I never had a great relationship with my mom growing up. As I kind of got older, I definitely started feeling more feminine. I started feeling more exploratory. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for. Exploratory? Observatory? Hello? Anyways, I started feeling more, let's just say,
I started feeling my oats, okay?
And whenever you're a kid and you're coming into your own and you're wanting to explore with things like makeup and clothes and dating and all of that stuff, obviously it's gonna raise some red flags to your parents. Now, my entire life, I've always kind of known that I was gay. I always knew that I was more feminine than other boys. I was running with the girls and I was only hanging out with girls, and none of the guys really liked me because I didn't play sports and blah, blah, blah. So I think I always kind of fit the category of gay kid. And I don't think my mom was ever shocked. I don't think she was ever truly shocked that I was gay. I think she just thought that I was going to put a mask on and keep it on for a long time. I think that's kind of what she hoped, at least. Because, you know, she was actually raised religious. She was raised in a religious home. Her dad was a preacher, Southern Baptist Pentecostal preacher. And so she was raised in this environment that was super strict as far as what she could wear and, you know, what she did and what she could enjoy and watch and all this stuff. And also super poor. And when you're super poor and you grew up in the Appalachia and your father's a preacher, you know, all these things kind of accumulate to this sort of identity as an adult where, you know, you don't want to have a gay kid. You don't want your kid to, go to hell, because that's literally something that she was worried about, and B, be bullied and harassed by other kids and not be normal. And at the end of the day, looking back, I don't ever blame her for those feelings because I know that's how she was raised. I don't know. I just give my mom, I know I probably give her a lot of slack on those things, but you just have to think it's not like she was doing it out of spite to hurt me or because she didn't want what she thought was the best for me. So right into high school, I started watching a lot of Gigi Gorgeous. If you guys remember on YouTube, way back, Gregory Gorgeous was her YouTube channel, and she put makeup on and she would show fashion vlogs and all these things, and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. I ate it up. I just nom, eat it up. And I would watch it every morning before school. And in the mornings, I would go and I would grab my mom's makeup bag out of the bathroom drawer. And I would throw her makeup on, and she was very tan compared to me. So I would have foundation that was not the correct color of my skin. And I would have I would put eyeliner on, but just right at the waterline because I wanted it to be subtle. But I mean, at the end of the day, I know that I looked an absolute atrocity, hotmessexpress.com. But that's okay, that's okay. I was happy to be exploring and to be wearing makeup, and I loved just feeling pretty and feeling like I was, you know, looking better than I did before I did it. And she didn't catch on at first, and eventually, I think one morning she saw me sneak the makeup bag out of her drawer, and she was like, "What are you doing with that?" And I was like,
"Who, me?"
And she was like,
"Yes, you."
And I was like,
"Oh my God."
Needless to say, she was really upset that I was taking her makeup, and she was like, "You're not wearing makeup to school. That's not happening. I'm not letting you do that. Take it off. I don't care. Take it off." And I was like, "Okay, sounds good." So I definitely did not take it off. And I just went my little self to school. I would get to school, and I would if I did have, take it off before, this was the span of a couple weeks, right? So if I did have to take it off before school and she was really on me about it, I would just go to school and I would take my lip gloss or my just foundation, I'll put it in my pocket and I would just put it on when I got to school, which was fun, fresh, and fierce. I loved it. I felt so sickening in the boys' bathroom stall, smearing on lip gloss that is not doing me any favors whatsoever. So eventually she was like very confrontational about it, and she was like, you know what? Something's going on. You're wearing makeup. What's going on? You're watching these YouTube videos. What's going on? What's going on? And I was very much, no, Mama, I'm a good Christian boy. Amen. And I think she wanted to believe it so bad that she just looked the other way. And eventually, obviously, it came to a head at school where I was very gay at school. I was very gay. What can I say? I was very gay. I am finally coming out at school to my friends, and I'm coming out to all of my, my people at school. What are those called? Co-students? Sibling students? What's the word? Who cares? Stay in school, kids. I was coming out to all my friends, classmates. That's the word. Are you kidding me? So I come into my classmates, and eventually I went to the school counselor, and I was like, hey, I'm so depressed. These kids are making fun of me, and I just really need someone to talk about this because I can't tell my parents at home. My counselor was like, bestie, your secrets are safe with me. And I was like, okay, queen, go off. What are these dialogues that I'm having with people? These are not real dialogues, by the way. So I basically told her that I can't tell my mom. She's gonna find out and freak out and probably kick me out because she's super religious, and I'm afraid she's gonna like ship me off somewhere. And my counselor was like, no, like I would never do that to you. And I came out to her and I told her that I was bisexual and that I was wearing makeup to school, and I was happy, but I just needed to talk about it because I was being bullied. So I get home from school that day thinking to myself, wow, what a legendary conversation that I had with my school counselor today. She absolutely loved me. She's not gonna tell my mom anything. And I get home from school, and guess what? My mom is in the kitchen making her spaghetti, and she looks wrecked. I mean, she looks absolutely tore up. No words are coming out of her mouth, which is super not like my mom. She's such a chatterbox, just like me, the gift of the gab, they call it. And she's like one word, like one sentence, she's like, get your stuff and get in the car. So I literally, I don't even remember anything other than that. I just remember saying, get your stuff, get in the car. And I was like, what? And when we were driving to the church, she's like, are you gay? Your school counselor called me. She said that you're gay. I don't believe it. I think, what's going on? You're wearing makeup to school. I don't understand what's happening.
Mama, I'm bisexual.
It's not gay. It's not the same thing. She was like, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to the preacher. He's going to talk to you about it. This is just a phase for you. Super upset in the moment. So finally we get to the church, we pull in, we walk into the little area where he does his writing, his office, I don't know. So we get back there and he's sitting at his desk, and I walk in and we sit down. My mom sits on the couch over here and I sit over here, and I'm looking at him straight in the eye, and he's like sitting here talking to me about abominations and how being gay is a sin, and how, I can never make it into heaven if I'm gay, and if I live this lifestyle, and it's just a choice and I can choose to grow out of it, and blah, blah, blah. And the whole time I'm like, I've been there and I've done that, okay? I bought the t-shirt. You can keep it, sweetheart, sweetie, sweetheart, honey, sweetheart. So we just basically sat there and argued for like 30, 45 minutes about around and around ways of saying that I'm gay, him saying I'm not gay, him saying it's an abomination, me saying it's perfectly natural. Needless to say, it ended by him pulling out his drawer. He reached in the drawer, he would just reach in the drawer, pulls out this bottle of prayer oil or something along those lines. He walks over to me with his Bible. He puts the oil on my forehead. He draws a little cross. He starts preaching. He's speaking in tongues. For those of you who don't know what speaking in tongues is, it's where they believe that they're speaking to God directly, and they're speaking like da 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 da. It's very much that. It sounds exactly like that, but like various syllables and various ways. It's almost a little scary sometimes. I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to, demean any religions. I'm just saying it's a little off-putting when you're a gay kid, a gay teen, sitting in a man's chair that you have no idea what his intentions are, and he's like speaking a foreign language at you while rubbing your head with oil. Actually, how do I get his number? Because I need that. So after it was all said and done, I get back in my car. Mom finally comes out, gets back in the car. I'm basically just sitting in the side, like looking out the window, like heartbroken that my mom did that to me, and just thinking about how much I was so angry and so upset. And I remember telling her that I will never forgive you for this. I was like, I just remember saying it over and over again, I will never forgive you for this. I will never forgive you for this. Newsflash, I ended up forgiving her, obviously. A couple years, passed, and over that couple of years, we were really mad at each other. I said a lot of mean things to her. She said a lot of mean things to me, and I took out a lot of my resentment on her because of that experience. And I regret that. I regret being so mean to my mom. It's hard when you are a parent with no help, trying to raise a child that you have no idea how to raise. And I think I said some things to her that I wish I could take back because I know they were just so hard to hear. We grew. I ended up sitting with her and we watched like some gay movies, and she kind of started coming around. And then over the years, she started coming to terms with the fact that I was gay and that I was going to be gay. And no matter what she did, she wasn't going to change the fact that I was gay and that I was happy as a gay person, and that I'm the same kid that I always was. I just was growing up gay and open about it. And so she started, really caring about that and caring about me and wanting me to be happy. When I met my ex-partner, you guys know him as my ex-daddy, that changed the whole dynamic even more so into a better place, which I would love to do another story time. If you guys like this one, please let me know. So I will do a story time about my daddy experience, what it was like to be in a committed relationship with a daddy from, a younger age, and what that did for me and all that good stuff. But needless to say, me and my mom are on very good terms now. We love and adore each other so much, and she's honestly like one of the light of my life. Like she's such a good person to me, and she would do anything for me. And I hope that anyone out there who is experiencing a similar situation is able to find the same commonality and peace with their mother or their father or grandparents or whoever it is out there. So with all that being said, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you want the daddy story time. Okay, let me know if you want that. I'll let you have it. But other than that, have a beautiful day. Much love, my friends, and take care.